Hello everyone, so today I am going to be making these prints. These are some fall prints and I have some metallics, some matte colors, some really cool textures. This texture is new to me. I'll show you what this is, and just some layers. Lots of fun fall colors of layers. So let's get started with what I did. I am going to be playing with some different fall type textures. So I've got, these are foamies that I got from Michael's. I think they were actually in the children's section a few years ago. I think this was actually Thanksgiving, but it has like some acorns, pumpkins, and two different kinds of leaves. So I'm going to try some jelly printing with those. Then these are some leaves that I had cut out in the past, and they're actually on a sticky, like a sticky foam, so I can peel these away. And then I'm going to just kind of stick them onto this piece of cardboard. So I wanted a little variety of some bigger pieces and then some smaller ones. So these will be the smaller ones. They're very sticky. Okay, that can go here. You can see I've jelly printed with these in the past. They already look kind of cool. Okay, and my thought with these is I'm thinking I'll remove some paint with these, and then these little leaves can kind of go in the empty spaces. We'll see how that works. Thinking I'll do some layers. Maybe I'll do this one upside down. Something like that. Okay, and I've got these two. I guess I'll do like that. That looks good. And the nice thing about these little ones is all of these leaves are different, which is nice to get a little variation. Okay, so now that's going to be a texture. Now I will want something to kind of like hold it with. So I'm just going to use some washi tape. Just go like this. Make a little handle. I'll press it down. So this way I can actually stamp with it. So, all right. So that's going to be that. These are going to be my bigger pieces. Okay, then I have, this is this year. I got this, and it's a table runner from Dollar Tree. It looks pretty neat. So I'm gonna see. I might end up having to cut this up to use it on a gel plate, but let me see what it looks like when it's opened. Oh yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I think that'll be a great texture. So there is a shiny side. This is obviously supposed to go on your table, but you know, being a jelly printer, that's also going to go on my jelly plate. I did get a second one to use on my table, just because I thought it was really neat. And I've never seen this before at Dollar Tree, so pretty neat looking. I don't think I'm going to cut it up yet, because I want to just have different areas to kind of gel print with, and I'm probably going to use this, the matte side in the back, gel print with. So I got some of these. You might have seen these if you go to Dollar Tree, and they're just like little pumpkins and pine cones. So I don't know if I'm gonna print with these, but it's an option I could try. I also wanted to see what these fake floral or fake leaves would look like jelly printed. So I don't know. You can get packages of these, and they're available everywhere. Dollar Tree, Michael's, Joann's, anywhere that sells fall things. So I thought these were ones that I'd used in a craft project previously. So they're already kind of ruined. So I think I'm just gonna try seeing if I can get any cool textures with those. And then last I have, oh, this is just like some little berries that fell out of one of my garland pieces. So I thought maybe I'll see if that makes a cool texture. And then these are some words that I got from last year at Dollar Tree, harvest words. So I thought maybe I can have some words in some of my jelly prints. So I've got welcome fall, farm fresh, hello fall, hello autumn, give thanks, and blessed. So don't know if I'm gonna attach these to anything or if I'll just lay them on the gel plate and pick it up. So I think I'll start with doing that. Okay, so the gel plate I'll be printing with today is my 8x10. Some colors I'm gonna be using. I got some Craft Smart, some Deco Art, folk art, pumpkin. This is a bronze, so these are shiny. Raspberry is a metallic, bronze is a metallic. This is a primary yellow, gold, which is metallic, and an olive green. For some browns, I have my raw umber and my burnt sienna from Grumbacher. So I'm gonna see, I might pull out some others as I'm going along, like maybe a gray or a white or a black, but for now, I'll just kind of get started with these. And I'm also going to be using some copy paper. This is 24 pounds from Staples. I'll have it linked in the description. And then this is my placement tool that I made, and I'll link the video for this also in the description. Okay, so I'm just going to put some color down. I'm not going to do anything in particular, but I just wanted to have different colors. But I will make sure that colors that blend together will go together. Let's see. Orange. Go to the outer areas for the oranges and the reds. I'm just seeing if I can get all the colors on one print. Pull out a matte colored red for this, just since they're all matte colors. Okay, now for my roller, when I have a lot of colors like this, I like to use my 2-inch roller. I just feel like I can move those colors around a little bit better. The bigger one is better for doing ombres. And I like to start with my lightest color, so like the yellows, and then the color they'll blend into. Over here, I'll start with the greens, and then blend my way into the yellow. Spray her off if it feels like there's too much paint. Starting to get some of that orange mixed in. So now I've got yellow on here. It's kind of a yellowy green, but now I can start going into my oranges and my reds. And it's okay if I get mud anyway, because you know what? Brown is also a fall color. So basically I'm just going to fill in all the areas that are left with no paint. Okay, and I want it to be still wet paint because I want to remove some of the paint with my textures. I actually think I want to start with this table runner. So I think it's just a little too wet here still. should be good. Remember, I'm taking the underside of this and just gonna lay it on here. It is curled from the packaging, so I don't know if that's gonna affect it. I'm just gonna take one of my, I'm doing that copy paper here just over the top so I can press in. And I'll remove like from the corners and stuff up here and maybe down here. Okay, not much came up. Looks like I could remove a little bit from here. Maybe here. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Ooh, yes, that looks really cool. Okay, plus I can use this kind of like over and over, and I can use different areas of it. So I don't know if I can get you to see that, but it did leave, you know, the paint on here, and that'll dry. I guess I could try to clean it, but I'm not gonna bother because honestly, I'm just using the underside of it anyway. Okay, so this, I do want this to dry, and then I think I'll go in with my metallic colors over the top of it. So just gonna set that aside to dry, and then we'll come back and start adding in the next layer. So while that is drying, I just wanted to share that I got this cute little cauldron from Dollar Tree in their plus section. So I think this one was $5, but it basically, you fill only to this little, there's like a little line in here. See, I filled it the first time and I thought it was broken because I filled it to the closer to the top. The instructions, I didn't read them beforehand. If you go above that line, it won't fog up. So I thought it was broken. So once I figured out you have to go below the line, now it makes this really great fog, and it has the light. And so if I turn off the light, you can see the fog. It looks so cool. And then you can see here it has little legs and like some slime coming off of the edge. It just plugs in through your USB cord here. So it's so cute. All right, so this is looking pretty dry here. Just making sure. Okay, so I'm gonna put my colors down now. I think I'll do kind of like tone on tone. So I'm gonna do like the reds where the reds are, orange where the oranges are, and yellow where the green and yellows are. Copper would work well for this too, but I think that bronze is maybe more orangey. I guess I could try an orange, a copper, and I have a copper here. So maybe I'll do that. I'll try copper also. Oh, okay, and then we'll do gold. For this one, I'm gonna use my bigger brayer. That pink is pretty bright. It's actually more of a pink than a red actually, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to mix it in with these other colors to tone it down a little bit. A little bit more. I put a little bit too much on. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Pull it back. Now I'm just gonna go right over this that I had done earlier because it's not even gonna show. The rest of my print is gonna cover that up. So I am putting down my DIY placement tool. And I just line up my corner here, and I follow the two lines down the top and the bottom. And I do remove it so that I can get even coverage on all sides. Just make sure to press into the edges so good transfer. Okay, so I'll set that aside to dry and we'll come back when that's dried. Okay, feels dry. It's been about 5 minutes. Go ahead and pull this one up. Okay. Ooh, that looks really cool. So I actually really like how the red and the green kind of come together here. You can see the matte colors and the shiny metallics. That looks really neat, and I love the colors. Definitely very fall. So let's do another one. For this next one, maybe I'll do a layer of just this really pretty brown. Maybe mix it with a green. Not mix, but maybe like do an ombre. Let's try that for our base this time. Okay, so for this one, I'm thinking I'll press some of these faux leaves and little berries. So I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to do this side first. Just pressing it in with my fingers. Yeah. Okay, then I'll do another one over here. This is a different one than that first one. This one has like a, I don't know, like some kind of a vein built into the back, and this one doesn't. So they're a little bit different. This one's just really large. So I'll maybe come in from the top on this one. But what is cool about these is they do have like embossing on them. So that's why I was hoping they would do well with printing. I'm just going to take my berries and some of these open spaces. It's tricky. They want to slide. So, okay. Go like that. I don't know. Seem to be sliding around. Okay, maybe I'll do this one. I think I like how this one turned out the best. This leaf. Yeah, I think that one's my favorite. Keep going with that one. Maybe I'll try the other side to see how it compares. That's okay too. Okay, and I think I'll come in with these smaller ones now. Remember, I've got my little handle there. Just kind of in the middle here. Just going in some of the open areas. Okay, maybe a little bit over here. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. One other thing I want to do is I do have this mesh. I've been loving this lately, the drywall mesh. Do a little bit of that just where the paint is still wet. Here. So I find if you do one pass, get the best impression. I've been rolling it back and forth and it kind of moves it. So it does a better job when you just do one pass with your brayer. Like that. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. And is there anything else I want to add? I do have this cardboard. I'm thinking it's busy enough. So I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll come in with some of my bright colors to, you know, bring it back to like these colors. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do my metallics first. Again, and then I'll let this layer dry and then I'll go in with my colors. Don't know if I'm gonna do metallics everywhere, but we'll see. I tend to pour heavy, so it might end up being all over. Okay, let's see how that looks. The copper in the middle here, the bronze on the top, and the gold on the bottom. Did end up covering the whole background, so what I'm gonna try is just have this kind of looks like a sweater texture stencil. Don't want to get those edges, so I'm just going to use my small brayer. Just brayer away just a little bit of it, maybe up in the corner and then down in this corner. And you can see I'm not touching those edges if at all possible. We don't want the harsh lines. Maybe I'll do a little bit if I can. It's tricky when there's so many harsh lines. I should probably just cut this down. That looks pretty good. And then right here, what I'm trying to do is just reveal the gel plate so that the next layers will show through. And then you'll have this nice little layer of texture. Okay, so we'll start with that. I'll let that dry and then we'll come back in with the colors. Okay, so that's dry. Ready to go in with my colors. I'll just do yellow in the middle. Do a similar thing, but I'll kind of do like just a little bit different. I won't do too much green because there's already some green up there on the first layer. I liked how the red and green mix, so I'm going to keep the red up there. I'll put some orange down here. Got this as like a coral color. That goes really nicely with the orange. And then I'll do the red up here. Okay, so let's see how those brayer out. I'm going to use my small one again. Going with the green. I'll put a little green down here. Why not? Back into the yellow. I can bring in my oranges. Red. Okay, so I think that's probably good. Then I'm going to line this up. Like that. Okay, and we'll let that dry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up. See what this one looks like. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. So what I like is that all the leaves kind of have that gold, and you can see where that texture is that I did. That looks like a sweater. Kind of see that in between on the background layer. So I think that looks really cool. And the front layer, remember, was the brown and the green. Here. Cool. Okay, for this next one, I think I'll go in with my metallics first, and we'll pull away that color and go in with our matte colors at the back. I keep putting too much of these down because they keep getting really slippery. Okay, so I'm going to use these now. These are just foam. Some leaves, some pumpkins. So if you do words, just make sure you go backwards. An acorn. Do a leaf right here, and this different leaf. Okay, just gonna take a piece of paper, just kind of start pressing those in, and I'll remove a little bit of the paint around them. And that's okay if there's still some left. It'll be a cool design. Okay. And then we just let that dry. Okay, well that's still wet. There's still quite a bit here. Just gonna use my tape again. And maybe right in the middle. Okay. Then I'll let that dry. Okay, for this one I'm going to use some dark brown because I feel like these need a little contrast. Just a little bit. And spray that. And bring some up here. Into the middle. I don't want this brown to mix with my other colors that I'm going to use, so I'm just going to let that dry. And then I'll come in with my other colors over the top. But while I have that, I can pull some texture out of those. So I'm going to use the small leaves. Okay. Oops, and it's falling off. One more down here. Okay, so that's good. Let that dry and then we'll put our colors on top. Okay, so I forgot I have these little pumpkin things. So I'm going to use those just to get a interesting looking that. I don't know if this pine cone will pull up anything. Oh yeah, it's kind of cool. I do like that. It's picking up the gold pieces. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Can't stop. Okay, so I'm ready to go in with my colors. Don't want red over here. I think I'm gonna do the green over here. Maybe a little here too. Trying to do small dots so I can move these around. Oh, that was a big one. Okay, start with my orange. Mix it in with my red. Now I can bring my yellows in. And my greens. We're gonna leave it like that. I don't want to blend them too much. So I did have this kind of what I pulled away earlier, so I'll just use the same piece of paper and just gonna line it up. Like that. Okay. And then I will let that dry. Okay, so that's been about 5 minutes. Should be dry. Oh, ooh, that looks so cool. Okay, so the welcome kind of got lost with the brown, but that bright green really was good. Look at the pine cones. Those look so cool. I love it. I think it turned out really nice. The colors, I like having that dark color in there just to kind of change up the tone, but it brings all the bright colors in. Very cool. Well, I hope you had fun jelly printing with me today and making all these really fun fall prints. I just love them, and I'm probably going to do more with, I've got all my stuff out, so I'll probably do some more prints with these textures, just kind of layering them up and playing with what designs I can get. Thanks for being here and have a great evening. Happy crafting, y'all.